qualifying, which we see a young-looking Jimmy Johnson, who's won here a couple times, walking to his car. Take a look at the rules. There are 2 groups. It'll be single car qualifying. They'll go 1 lap, and the top 5 from each group will then advance to the final round to determine the top 10 starting positions as well as the pole. And a reminder, there is an alternate start-finish line. So that will happen right in between 3 and 4. He just crossed it.
Yeah, so he's on the green right now. Do not come to this, it's not the normal start-finish line. This is just an effort to save time.
Kyle Busch, I'm impressed with this lap that he stayed because it could have been not so good, which he's had a lot of that happen lately.
He's in the red now.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. Busch was a 50-46, just outside of the top 5, so a little slower than Hemrick.
The other thing we don't know, Rick, is that historically this track is very heat sensitive. Could going early be an advantage, or is it a disadvantage? We really don't know. And with this car on this racetrack, there's just not a lot of data.
It is going to continue to heat up.
I never liked if something happened in front of me. That was the next one.
Cindric in the wall.
Cindric's got an issue. We think that there was some contact with the wall coming off of turn 4 to start his lap. That's why he was so far back, and now the yellow's out. And now the yellow's out.
You can see here, you can just see that it start to slide, and you get outside of that groove just a little bit. Right rear catches.
That's pretty big contact. Like you said, DJ, you get out of the groove here,
yeah,
you're in trouble. It's just no grip.
Yeah, it's like the steering wheel is useless at that point.
And this is the one you saw, Jeff.
Yeah, just still, disappointment, right? Just had a fast race car. Really looked good in practice yesterday. Disappointed and still just not wanting to quit and make contact again.
Racetrack that is over 100 years old, as we have young Ty Gibbs in the green with a really good lap here. Again, comparing to 5th, the top 5 from each group will advance to the final round. Down the backstretch in the final turn for Gibbs to see if he can hang on to this lap.
Oh, that looked really good through that corner.
Fastest 49.54.9, so exactly the same as McDowell.
And part of that is also redemption for 2020. Remember the last time the Cup Series was on the big track at Indy? It was Hamlin leading with 7 laps to go before he blew a right front tire and got into the wall. This team has circled this race all year long since it was announced they would be back on the oval.
And a great lap for Denny Hamlin. He's fastest in Group A. So it'll be Hamlin, Gibbs, McDowell, Byron, and Nemechek that will go to the 2nd round. Larson's in the green.
DJ, this is a racetrack where inches matter, and you see the 17 fire out of the pipes. That means he's out of the gas, but never did he get the left sides to that concrete. He missed it by, what, 12 inches,
yeah.
11 inches, 10 inches? But there's real grip. If you miss that race, miss it by just that little much, it just kills how you can go back to the throttle.
Yeah, timing is great. Errol McLaren, their longtime IndyCar spotter, Bob Jeffrey, actually passed away on Thursday from battling cancer. So wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, Bob was a spotter for me for quite a few years. Robert Yates Racing helped celebrate here in '99 with a win, but went through my championship with me. So not only was he a great spotter, but an even better friend in person. And, will be missed. Just a fun guy to be around and great at his job.
Again, that lap by Larson just got bumped down as Chase Elliott put up a 49.33. That is the fastest lap that we have seen turned here since the Cup cars were on track yesterday. A 49.78 for Bowman, and he is in jeopardy of falling out because Reddick is 2.5 tenths faster. Three tenths of a second, and climbing as he gets ready to enter turn 3 here. racetrack, and a great lap right there for Tyler Reddick. Fastest,
wow,
49.27.
That's crazy. Unbelievable fast. Blaney's not, he did not hit turn 4 coming, you know, after taking the green.
He's moved into the green now.
Seen a lot of Ford struggle getting up to speed through turn 4, as you were talking about, Jeff. But Blaney did a nice job of recovering, getting himself back to that 5th spot.
Great recovery.
It's impressive right here what Denny Hamlin's doing. And that doesn't surprise me at all because he is so smooth. He's probably the best working the throttle of any driver.
Saw him throw the left hand out the window there as well. And 0.3 of a second improvement on what we saw out of William Byron. Big lap for Denny Hamlin, a 49.58. What we saw out of Denny Hamlin, and that's what we're comparing to now for the pole. Elliott goes into the green. Larson's lap is faster than Blaney, so he'll populate on the outside of row 1 right now at a 49.64.
Just can't emphasize enough how hard these laps are. And see Chase Elliott with a good chance right here. You have to be perfect. You have to carry, I keep talking about you missed the bottom, and the reason you missed the bottom is you try to carry a little bit too much speed and it just never gets there. Chase Elliott looks like he maximized it.
Yes, he did. What a lap.
Great lap, and Chase Elliott now is the fastest. And so that bumps Denny Hamlin off of the pole. And the only person that can challenge him will be the final car of this second round, Tyler Reddick. Can he put a lap together? It's starting off looking pretty good.
Trying to get back to the throttle, Jeff. He just couldn't make it stick to where he wanted to.
Yeah, he got real aggressive on it. Got a little greedy there, but still with the shot.
It's going to be close down the backstretch for the final time.
Chase was so good through and getting into turn 3 here and then the exit of that.
It was 12/1000th of a second. Reddick into the green. Can he hang on? He took his hand off the wheel, and look at this.
Hell
Reddick.
yeah, buddy. P1.
Reddick wins the pole at Indy.
Think about that. He knew that he nailed that lap. He didn't know what the time was at that point. He celebrated without the information. He knew that was all he could get.
So the 28-year-old grabs his 8th career pole, and it's a big one at the Brickyard.
Back at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where Tyler Reddick has won the pole for the Brickyard 400. I was talking to you, I said it looked like you were kind of celebrating the car. You said, I didn't know, I didn't think I did good in turn 1. Walk us through that pole winning lap.
I mean, just qualifying today, it seemed like it was pretty sketchy for all the Cup Series drivers. You know, I think some of it's the placement of the alt start finish line where, you know, everyone's just pushing so hard through turn 4. So just try to be mindful of that all day long. And obviously in round 1 we had a big moment over there, but we didn't lose momentum, which is super key at a lap here. So yeah, round 2 I knew that what the target lap time was, and I did not feel great about my turn 1, but the rest of the lap, this Beast Unleashed Toyota Camry was really stout, and it's just really cool. I mean, I've been very fortunate to come here and have a lot of speed on the road course, and it's great to be back on the oval here and have that speed again. So I'm excited for tomorrow. We're going to have an awesome opportunity with pit selection, and obviously our Toyota Camry is really fast. So just proud of everyone at 2311 and everyone at TRD, everything that they do for this group. Just excited to see what tomorrow has in store.
Your owner, Denny Hamlin, was standing by watching. You unseated him for the pole. What's that like?
Well, I've always been on the other end of this, and what made that scene even worse was it was at road courses. So yeah, it's nice to be on the other side of that for once. You know, obviously him and Chris Gabehart, that whole 11 group, is really strong every single weekend. So it's a big deal for us when we can go toe-to-toe with them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a run we've seen recently from this team. Tyler Reddick and the 45. They will lead the field to green in tomorrow's Brickyard 400.
Let's take a look at the starting grid. It's going to be a Toyota front row with Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin making up that first row. Then an all Hendrick second row with Chase Elliott and William Byron and Kyle Larson right there. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Where did Kyle Larson start the Indy 500? Fifth, and he starts fifth for this race, the Brickyard 400. Interesting.
Good effort for John Hunter Nemechek there.
Alex Bowman continuing good runs. You see a lot of big names kind of mid-pack and back. Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, all guys you expect to see in the front.
Remember, Bubba Wallace is right now on the outside looking in as far as the playoffs go. And Ross Chastain right there, he's fighting for that 16th spot. He starts a little further back in the field. Jimmy Johnson will start in row 17. Kyle Busch. Those two drivers have won at the Brickyard before. They start in row 17.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.